Kendall Haywood, and I am a Phoenix High School valedictorian.
Hi, my name is Cole Clayton, and I'm a valedictorian here at Phoenix High School.
I'm Agatha Hosking, and I'm a 2024 Phoenix High School valedictorian.
My name is Kale Feely, and I'm a valedictorian at Phoenix High School.
My name is Cielo Marlia Larson, and I am the Salutatorian for Phoenix High School this year.
I'm a softball athlete here. I've played varsity for 4 years. I hit my first home run this year over the fence. It was so exciting. I've been working towards it all summer long. I've been working with the varsity baseball coach on my swing, and when I finally hit it, I just watched my coach at first base just light up and said, "That's gone." And then I just got to jog around, and my entire team came out, congratulated me, watched me step on home plate. It was great.
One that does kind of stand out is one time my soccer team, we all took a trip to Portland to watch a Portland Timbers game, which was really fun. Everyone there saw Will Ferrell except for me, and because he was walking behind us, and everyone turned around and started freaking out. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? And then I turned around and there was nothing there, and they turned back to everyone and they were like, that was just Will Ferrell over there. And I was so sad that I missed it out.
Definitely going to state last year as a junior in track was probably my favorite memory at Phoenix. Wasn't improving at the rate I wanted, but at some point, halfway through the season, I had a big jump in my PR, and that was great because that made state a possibility. I won the 3K and got second in the 1500, so I was able to go state for both of those, and that was a really great experience because I hadn't gone to state for anything since freshman year as a team in cross country, but going to Hayward and competing at U of O was a great experience for me. It was really fun.
My favorite memory would probably be junior year. It's a soccer memory. We were ranked 16th going into playoffs, so our very first game was against the number 3 seed Philomath. We ended up beating them. It was a crazy memory. Dave Earhart took us all to Buffalo Wild Wings. I think we racked up a bill of $800. I tried the Carolina Reaper wing. It was horrible. We ended up making it to the semifinals where we played our rivals Henley, who at that point in the year had beat us twice, one being our senior night where we lost 3-0, and it was just super rough. I thought that I played the best game of my life, and it ended up going to penalty kicks where we ended up winning, taking us to the state finals. We have a photo of everybody just celebrating. I remember after that final penalty kick, I looked at my coach and just saw we just won, and I just sprinted to my teammate, and it was just a celebration all night long, and it was just honestly one of the best moments of my life for sure.
I remember talking with my sister. She was 2 years ahead of me, and she was talking about keeping her 4.0, and I was like, I want to do that. So I got all the way to sophomore, junior year. I realized, oh, I still have my 4.0. Why don't I just try and keep it? And so this year I was just yeah, with all these hard classes, I'm just going to push through, really do this.
My mom was a really great student. She was salutatorian at her high school, and she went to Yale, so she was a really big inspiration academically. So she pushed me, and also my friends. I have a really good group of academically motivated friends, my friends Cielo, Kale, Orlando. Those are all some of my really great friends who are academically motivated, and I find that they push me a lot and make me want to work hard when it comes to academics.
Yeah, I just, in general, enjoy learning, but I think my brother particularly, he was valedictorian 2 years ago, and I think that he really inspired me. He's a really good role model for me.
I think a lot of my motivation came from wanting to make my parents proud of me. My grandparents as well. I have a lot of motivation from them, as well as my friends. I have a ton of friends who I really aspire to be like. Also, my goal of just helping out the environment later after I go to school and just really wanting to make a change and just push for a cleaner earth.
First of all, having parents that are medical workers, they did the perfect balance of pushing me and keeping me in check, but also giving me the freedom to you don't need to get all A's if you don't want to. This is completely your choice. So I never felt too pressured, but also just having that consistency of them checking in on me and supporting me was super great. My dad wasn't he was never salutatorian or valedictorian, but he got almost all his college paid for just from writing great essays, so he was a great help to me, and it just they were super inspirational to me. And then my mentor, Thaddeus Gala, he's my dad's high school best friend, and I'm looking to be an entrepreneur when I'm older, and he's kind of laid the path for me. He owns multiple businesses. I took senior photos at his ranch in Ashland, and he's just he is everything that I want to be, and he's super supportive of me. We'll meet for lunch sometimes, and he just keeps me on track, and he's super inspirational.
say calculus. At least like from an academic perspective. Calculus was probably one of the harder classes I've taken, along with APES, AP Environmental Science. That was really challenging. I had kind of a hard time sometimes like connecting with some of the calculus like conceptually. And AP Environmental Science, there's kind of a lot of a big workload sometimes. And those were two really challenging things. Both the teachers from those classes are really awesome and I'm really appreciative towards them. It's just, those are hard classes and like, it's probably a good thing they're challenging.
I think my biggest challenge was probably just that I was involved in so many different activities that I had to balance those things a lot and also find time to relax and spend time with friends. So I think I overcame that mostly through like planners and scheduling and also kind of figuring out when to say no to certain things.
A common answer would probably be the COVID lockdown. I feel like for me it was almost like ×2 because my parents are missionaries. So my entire life I've been like kind of bouncing back and forth between Oregon, which I consider kind of like home base, and Tacna, Peru, where we've built a clinic there. And so I moved back to Peru in 8th grade. And I had such a tight-knit group of friends, so there was definitely times where I felt very isolated and alone in Peru, and then also being in lockdown where I couldn't make new connections there. I was just like, it was super hard for me, and I had to do online school, but I think it all led to good things because it helped me like learn grit and determination.
My biggest inspiration is definitely my sister. She was the reason why I wanted to keep my 4.0. She's the reason why I started taking art classes in 6th grade. She's this incredible artist. She's why I wanted to pursue music. She played piano when I was a kid. I tried piano, I didn't like it, but then I tried guitar and I was like, oh, this is for me. She is definitely my biggest inspiration. I took all the classes that she took, all the hard classes that she took. So I just really wanted to take after her. So she's definitely my biggest inspiration and my biggest support.
I think that a lot of my friends and also my boyfriend, who I've been with all 4 years, they've all been a really big support for me, especially emotionally. I'm a pretty stressed person usually, but I think having them there to calm me down really helped me a lot in all areas of life.
Definitely my family a lot. My mom and dad are always pushing me to keep going. Definitely quite a few teachers, notably Mr. Ruiz in the Future Planning Center. A big help because he's always just pushing me when I was applying for colleges, scholarships, and just making a decision generally. He has great advice, as well as Mr. Rodman, not only as a teacher and mentor, but also in running too as a coach. Nathan and Shayla Watt as well as my coaches. They were also great helps. They're always checking in on how I'm doing and wanting to see me do better.
My parents and my mentor Thaddeus were great inspirations, but also I think that I was just so fortunate to find a great group of friends that we all pushed each other. Specifically, my very best friend, he's pretty much a brother to me, Cole Clayton, one of the valedictorians. Me and him, it's always been like a competition between like, maybe not like out, like we don't say it's a competition, but at least in my mind, it's like I want to stay like on his level, and I think he wants to stay on mine. So big inspiration also, Kale Feely, Orlando, Contreras. They're some of my closest friends, and I'm just so fortunate to be in a group of people where we all push each other.
I love psychology. I took all the psychology classes here, so when I get to U of O, I'm going to pursue psychology, my psychology degree. That will be my major. I want to hopefully go into psychiatric physician's assistant as my career, so I really think that psychology would just be like the best major for me to go into, really just see what it's all about, and just not just the surface level high school classes.
I think I'm probably going to go to Oregon State University. I was originally planning on going to U of O, but I kind of changed my mind because I think OSU has a better physics program. And I think I want to pursue something to do with physics or physical science at least. I'm not 100% decided, but I think that's what I want to do.
I'm going to attend Oregon State University. I'm going to study physics. Hopefully also learn a little bit of astronomy so I can go into astrophysics. I had some really great teachers that made their subjects very accessible to me. And I think also the workload that I've had in AP classes will make an easier transition to college.
I think I want to go to Oregon State and pursue environmental engineering. I'll be going there with some of my best friends. I'm really excited to go to Corvallis. It's going to be really fun. and I'm gonna have a great time.
I applied for the presidential scholarship at U of O. I was one of only 50 kids in Oregon to get it, so that's giving me $9,000 for all 4 years, and plus my merit scholarship. My tuition's completely paid for at U of O, so that's been super helpful. And I got into the Lundquist School of Business, which isn't too common for freshmen. So as of right now, I'm looking into going into either marketing or advertising, and also taking some entrepreneurship classes, just because my goal in life is not to be super rich or anything, but I want what my mentor defines as like financial freedom is being able to do what you want, when you want, with who you want it. And I just see myself in the future like creating a lifestyle where if I need to take a break and like go on a vacation that I get to pay for my friends, I want to be able to do that. So going into some sort of business where I kind of like create my own future. And I think that U of O is really going to help me learn how to do that.
Say allow yourself to struggle, allow yourself to fail. It's gonna happen. Convincing yourself that you have to be perfect every single day, every single class, you're not allowed to get a lower grade on an assignment, a lower grade on a test is just crippling for any student. It's just miserable, especially in a sport too. You have to allow yourself to fail. Keeping that pressure on yourself is just hurting yourself in the end. So I'd say just allow yourself to struggle and fail and understand that that's important for growth.
Well, one thing that I hear a lot is that junior year is your hardest, and that has not been true for me at all. Senior year has been like the hardest by far, and I just think they should probably be prepared for that.
I would say stay involved. Just, give sports a try, give activities a try, and also electives. We have a lot of great electives here at PHS, and I really suggest to take more fun electives.
Put yourself out there. That may not mean like being more social necessarily, but just doing things that make you happy. I think that's one of the biggest things, and also just finding a group of people. I have some really good friends, Orlando and Cielo and Cole, and a bunch of others that are always like they push each other. We push each other, but also you have a ton of great memories with them, and that's really important. It's just find those people that you love hanging around with, and just be grateful for them, because this is some of the best times to hang out with them.
I got 2 pieces of advice. I think the first one is kind of what they're going to hear from everybody. Show up to class. I know, like firsthand experience, it can be really hard. There's definitely been times that I want to skip or do whatever, but it's really worth it to just show up, do your assignments, and communicate with your teachers. If you're struggling, there's been times when I didn't think that I was going to get the grade that I wanted, and I sent my teachers an email, explained what was going on with me, and the teachers at Phoenix High School, they really want to see you succeed. So communicate with them, and they will help set you up for success. And then the other one is find your interests and get out there. I was so fortunate to find multiple things I was interested in, being like soccer, DECA. I did a lot of volunteer hours, and having that balance of not just going to school and then just going home, but finding other things that I was interested in that also like help me learn as a person has been one of the most helpful things for me. Definitely, balance is key.